Hey guys, what's going on? So I haven't really done this period at all, like going over the patch notes and everything, because there's so many other like bigger zombie YouTubers than myself that actually goes over this stuff. But I just wanted to do this because mostly because I saw this one thing first, and funnily enough, it was on my Facebook, and I it literally randomly popped up on my Facebook. And one of the things that if you read here, they put reverting changes from January 3rd that nerfed fun. Like what was the point in putting nerfed fun on that statement? It just kind of sounds like they're being salty about the fact that everybody's upset because they're nerfing things that did not need to be nerfed. But there's a whole big thing down here that I saw and I read like the beginning sentences, but I haven't exactly went through it. So I'm just going to go ahead and go through the patch notes that I saw here this time because I want to give my my thing here. So of course, global address using my Joy operating scan will not be visible past 70 meters, which I don't know anything about that. Events tab, issue audio is not playing for event milestone banners. Increase XP awarded for match bonus was actually pretty good for Red Light Green Light because that shit was god awful for multiplayer stability fixes, which they never do that. So here is the big thing for zombies to begin with. So for zombies, the big box here, heavy one, let's talk about those changes from January 3rd. The team is always focused on making zombies fun and rewarding. It's why we make video games, but we don't always nail it the first time. Some fixes for bugs or exploits can become lower priority as more important issues come up, and some need to be held for an update further down the line. Last Friday's changes to big game for Shadow Rift, the Shock Charge speedrun setup for step for Terminus, and directed mode spawn delays after 5 loot rounds are prime examples of these. We know it's not fun to see a fix multiple weeks later for something that wasn't bothering you in the first place, so we're reverting to directed mode changes, giving Shadow Rift 4 new buffs, and scheduling a fix to allow speedrunners to safely use the Shock Charge tactic and Terminus again. The first two are live now, with the speedrun fix needing some extra testing before it goes live. Thanks to everyone for the reports of visual FX not showing properly in Citadel Day more, and crashes that can happen when you're using a sword while Ether Shroud is active and the Void Sheath Augment. The team produced fixes for these bugs shortly after they popped up, and they're live today. So here, okay, I read a lot of stuff about the shock charge step during the Easter egg step because it skips that whole lockdown process, and it definitely seemed like it was a definite tactic. But why do they need to do extra testing before it goes live when it was working to begin with? Like, just fucking put it back. I just don't understand why they need to nerf stuff in a PvE mode. A player versus environment mode should not have this many. Like, again, the zombies aren't. We're facing zombies. It's not like we're facing actual players that are just literally complaining about every single thing that happens to them. Like, the zombie's not going to go, oh my god, the shotgun does too much damage, because they don't. They're just fucking AI. It's so absolutely ridiculous. But we'll definitely keep going from here. So down here for Citadel Day More, they addressed an issue where using the Void Sheath Augment for Ether Shroud with one of the elemental swords would cause the mask to crash. I've never personally had that happen, but then again, I never really used the Void Sheath Augment with the swords. Addressed an issue where many visual effects would stop playing, which is true because I've had the sword where it would the sword would not work at all. Like, the fire would not be shown whatsoever, and it was definitely very, very irritating. Um, I would also not have, oh god, the freaking, I can't think of it. The energy beam, whatever it's called, that one would not work either. It would just be a gun shooting nothing. Um, Address the issue where guidance would be incorrect if a player disconnected with a stamp. Address the issue where guidance would be incorrect each time a new stamp spawned. Address an issue where picking up Celeste after a stamp was spawned could prevent quest progression, which I've never really had that happen. Directed mode removed the extended time between rounds and the delay between spawning zombies after 5 loot rounds at the round cap. Thank God, because I'm seriously hoping that they like I just don't understand the concept, because I understand that they were nerfing it because people were using it for camos. I mean, hell, I used it for camos. But the thing is that they always forget about something else in the game that they have. But if they made it that way, then why not let people use it for that way? Like, the player numbers are still there. People are still playing your game. We're still spending money to play the game. So why is it such a big deal when people use it to grind the camos? I just don't understand. I understand what it was meant for, but it's not like I went in and completed the director mode Easter egg a couple of times. Like, I went in there and went through the actual Easter egg myself and completed it after I finished like doing whatever challenges I wanted to do, because I was just like, why not, you know? MMI Shadow Rift activation rates. Normal enemy activation rate increased from 15 to 20%. Special enemy activation rate increased from 5 to 7. Elite enemy activation rate with big game augment equipped increased from 5 to 7%. So Shadow Rift, the MMI was fixed. Cooldown timer decreased by 25%. The big game augment for Shadow Rift was never intended to one-shot elites, but we know it worked like that for months, and we heard you about this latest change taking too much away from Shadow Rift overall. So we've added 4 buffs to make Shadow Rift activate more frequently, including a 25% cooldown reduction to keep it powerful and fun to use. That is the one thing that I've kind of noticed here, is that they keep using the word fun inside of this, and it's just, again, just like I showed you with the Facebook post, it seems like they're using the word fun as passive aggressive as possible. That's kind of what it seems like, because we said that it just makes the game less fun to play, and it seems like they're just being kind of shitty about the whole thing. It's personally, that's what it seems like. So LTM highlights and adjustments. Daylight Greenlight added Liberty Falls to map selection, increased round cap to 20 before exfil. 20. Why is there a round cap? Which, I mean, they're probably going to explain it here with this box here, but I just want to see what they say here though. With the launch of Deadlight Greenlight, we wanted to ease players into the LTM with a single map and a 10 round cap before exfil to make sure the majority of players had a chance to be successful without feeling they needed gobblegums to survive. Basically, a bite-sized experience that's not too punishing. Looks like it was too easy and over too soon for a lot of you. That is 100% the case, because I was very shocked that it was exfil around 10, and I didn't even use a single gobblegum. I didn't need to use a gobblegum. If that was the case, just disable gobblegum from the mode. Like, if you don't want people to use gobblegums, like, personally, if I didn't see a gobblegum machine in there, I'd be like, well, shit. Like, that's even better of a challenge, you know? It's just like how they got rid of Arsenal from Jingle Hells. Just get rid of the gobblegum machine. Like, I don't understand why that was like that. Why that part is hard to decide. Just get rid of the machine. If you don't want people to use it during this game mode, it's a limited time mode. Like, you're gonna. It's not like it's gonna be gone forever. Just put it back from the mode. Just take it off from the mode and give everybody an unlimited round cap instead of 20 now. 20? There's still a round cap, dude. I just don't understand. It would be a lot fun. It would be a lot better if it was just that way. I just don't understand why. So anyway, starting today, we've added Liberty Falls to the map selection and extended the round cap to 20. After that, we'll plan Week 3's round cap extension based on how crazy the community wants the challenge to get. I want the challenge to get crazy now. Like, I feel like a lot of people are in the same boat. I want it to be crazy now because it's a limited time mode. It's supposed to be challenging. Like, Jingle Hells was challenging also. Like, you had to get your weapons from the snowmen. And I mean, Jingle Hells wasn't the greatest. Like, I'm not saying that it was the best limited time mode ever, but at least it had its challenge because the weapons were randomized inside the snowmen. Like, it's not like the mystery box. I mean, it kind of is like the mystery box, but you at least had a little bit of a challenge there, but here, there's no challenge. Once you get to round 10 and then 20, and you're forced to exfil, like, by round 20, you only got a Pack-a-Punch level 2 weapon instead, and, like, there's no replayability to the mode because of the round cap. Because players know once you get to round 20, that's it. You're done. So why continue on if you know you're going to be done at a certain point? I don't understand the round cap. Like, we definitely want, the community wants the challenge to get crazy. I want the challenge to be crazy. I want to be able to replay it over and over again to see how high I can get in the game, not get to round 20 and go, okay, that's it. I want to see if I can get past round 20, not to round 20 every single time. Because if I get to round 20 the first time and that's it, then why do I need to continue? Like, what do I need to continue for? And stability, various stability fixes, of course. Sometimes bugs appear fixed in testing, but turn out to still be an issue in the live game after the patch goes out. This sucks for everyone involved, and it can lead to inaccurate patch notes, which we never want. The Vermin double attack bug is one of these, and like the Terminus speedrun fix, the proper solution for it unfortunately can't be implemented as quickly as some of the other items listed above. Look for both of these fixes when Season 2 launches on January 28th. Why does the speedrun step with the shock charge need to lead to take this long with testing when it worked fine the first time? I don't get it. Like, I'm not a speedrunner in myself, but I do think that it does take away from the game, and it just makes everything that speedrunners in the community have done just moot. It doesn't mean nothing. Like, it doesn't mean anything, because every single time they change something, they have to go back and redo the whole thing, figure out a faster way to do it, and it doesn't work. Like, it just does not work. I mean, again, it's just like what Lex said, and I think in the most recent video that I watched, that when he talked about it, and it was about, the fact that it's like they go back and patch a lot of the speedrunning techniques from Black Ops 3 Zombies. Oh, let me just go back here and patch this out. Why? Like, I don't understand. I don't understand this. Like, they could have just. Why can't they put it back? Why does it need to have testing when it worked fine? They could have just reverted it back. The vermin doing the double attack. How was that missed out of the patch notes? I don't understand that. That is a big problem, because it's happened to me a lot too, where the fucking vermin will just one shot me. It is so irritating. I can't fathom a lot of this stuff. And I think that, again, they use the word fun a whole bunch of times because of that. But then again, you see the swords still being nerfed, kind of. Like, it's just, I didn't really see too much of a difference between the Soleil's nerf, because you're still doing 2 zombies at one time, which means that you're kind of getting, even though they made it slower, the armor refills slower, you're still kind of getting a good amount of armor back because you're killing 2 zombies at one time rather than one. Especially if you got the really fast swing augment on, you're getting armor back fairly quickly. I didn't see the issue with that. I'm glad they buffed the damage of the swords, and of course they made the lightning sword a lot stronger, and it's a lot better than it used to be. So, they left the swords alone. But this right here is just, I don't understand that. Like, but we don't always nail it the first time. It's like, I understand, but when you think something is an issue that isn't an issue, that the community does a lot in a PvE mode, it does not need to be fixed. It doesn't need to be fixed. Like, if there's something that the community isn't complaining about for a PvE mode, it does not need to be fixed. If it's not a complaint, if it's not something that ruins the game, breaks the experience for players, it does not need to be fixed. I don't care who you are. It doesn't need to be fixed. It does not need to be added to the list of things that has to be fixed, because players are implementing it, again, the shock charge speedrun step, where they throw it on the door. I did that a couple of times myself when I did the Terminus Easter egg, because it makes it quicker. Like, what I hate the step in which you have to sit in there and wait for the zombies to come out of the barricade when you can just throw a shock charge on the door and be done with it. Like, it's just, it's very insane that they patched that. I don't understand why. It didn't hurt anybody. The zombies ain't bitching about not being able to come into the room to kill you. Like, they're not saying, "Oh, that's too overpowered. Let me just go complain to the devs." Like, I don't understand all this. But that's the patch notes for January 9th. I mean, yeah. I mean, at least they increased some of the stuff, and then, like, but there's some stuff still that I don't understand why they just didn't implement day one, and some of the stuff why they didn't remove. And a lot of this fun stuff that they state just seems kind of passive aggressive to me, honestly. But that's just my opinion. I mean, you guys also have stuff. Um, you guys also have stuff that you see that you also dislike, and your opinions may differ than mine. But if you see this video and you like it, just let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Make sure you use code Zacultra in the W store for 10% off your order, and I will see you guys on my next video. Goodbye.